Yes, my name is Badr Ayoub. My student ID it's EDU 2039. Today we're going to discuss this presentation, give an overview of case ASIC v. Stephen William Vizard 2005 FCA 1037. The different consequences of breaching corporation law in Australia, which shared his company information for his personal interest, like buying shares from different companies, which lead to him breaching information and privacy acts under corporation law. In understanding duties and responsibilities breached by wizards and critical analysis of decision taken by court that is wizard. This report also states the different sections and subsections under which Vizard was held guilty by the court. So now we're going with my friend, his name Jakshul Patel, to explain to us the duties and responsibilities breaches.
In a duties and responsibility breach, with the explain about the breach's duties, which according to Companies Act 1958, a director of the company must act honestly and should not use information for his personal interest or causing harm to company. Wizard was very well aware of his duties as director about the company's information must be kept secret. The information of the company is highly confidential and he must not use it for his personal interest or for causing harm to company. Under Companies Act 1958, subsection 107S, the director is responsible for company's action and henceforth, director must act honestly. Moreover, in director also has a duty of encouraging better corporate governance in an organization. Under Corporation Act Section 181, 1, director has a duty of accessing information while he cannot use it to gain personal advantage from it. Even a wizard breach under Corporation Act 2001 Section 181 as which states that director must act in good faith and for the best interest of the company. The director is a fiduciary of the organization and must ensure that there is no conflict of interest in the company. Wizard also breached under Section 182 as under Corporation Act 1958, which stated that a director must not use his position to gain an advantage for themselves or for others. Such as violence is conducted by earning money from buying and selling shares of different companies using Telstra information. So Wizard also breached the duty of maintaining the secrecy of companies, informing by volunteering the Section 183 as under Corporation Act 1958 because he used company's information to buy and sell shares. And Wizard also breached Section 232, which stated director should not act in a manner that harms the reputation of the company. So furthermore, he also violated this law as he disclosed information about the companies. So now we are going to another topic, which is court and tribunal decision. Aswin gonna be explain that topic.
Hi, let me explain more about court and tribunal decision. The court decision in this case was banning Vizard from managing any or heading any corporation for 10 years and was charged penalty of $390,000. The court took decision based on different cases like Rich versus Australian Securities and Investments Commission 2004-50 ACSR 242, in which the defendant can be disqualified to protect the company's interest and to also protect company from deterrence. Vizard was held guilty and was disqualified as director of ASICS and had to leave the position. The other case that court took into consideration while declaring Vizard guilty was Regal Hastings Limited versus Gulliver 1967 to AC 134, in which director of the company used information for his own interests rather than for public. The defendant Vizard was also accepted his wrongdoings in the court and apologized to his family members and Essex management in court, which led to court changing the offender as guilty and asking him to pay penalty. The offender used an agreement that Essex was not caused any harm to which the defendant responded that breacher of any contravention needs to pay a penalty of $130,000. Now, I would like to handle this presentation to my friend Rupesh. He will continue.
Thank you, Aswin. Now I'm going to talk about the relevance of decision to development of corporation law of Australia. After the court decision of banning Vizard to head and manage an organization for 10 years and to pay penalty of $390,000, many modifications in corporation law were made which it impacted organizations of different companies, and the making of ASCI, an independent body which helped companies in registering and also selecting the information to be received, processed, and disclosed to the public. And the fiduciary duties of directors are the development of Corporate Governance Act, Corporation Act, and the Commission Act lead to simplification of laws in Australia, which leads to companies in executing and implementing laws easily and at faster pace. The impact of this case has been huge, and it is lead to court-made developments in legislation for directors which gave positive result for the company. And for the conclusion, my friend is speaking.
Yeah, my name is Arden. Finally, we want to discuss the conclusion. The ASIC v. Stephen William M. Zard 2005 FCA 1037 was a leading example of how director can breach contravention and laws that may affect the reputation of company. A duty breached by Vizard, like acting dishonestly using company's information for personal interest. This is report also justifies the reason for court decision to hold Vizard in guilty. Also, this report also explains the different laws that have been breached, laws like the Corporation Act 2001 /181, 182, and finally 191. Thank you.